All right. Hello, everybody. Everybody, I think there's just two of you right now. Okay, 1 second. I'm just making sure everything is working. Excellent. Okay, I know it's working on this end. All right, just putting a quick message in our little chat area so that everybody knows what to do. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. So I just wanted to thank you guys for coming. This is always so fun for me, and especially being able to try it out in this kind of setting because I am going to be doing more with Google Hangouts in the future. So this is really helpful for me to get some practice. So thank you guys. And we'll try and make this quick. I don't want to take up all your time. So we'll go ahead and get started. I think right now it's just the two of you. I'm going to flip over to my chat screen so I can just double check that no one else came in. And there is a Q&A app here on the left side of your screen. It should be the fourth icon down is a Q&A. So if you need to ask any questions during the broadcast, feel free to click on that and you'll see a box pop up that you can type in your question, and I can see those, so I can answer those as they come in. So, okay, let's see. Oh, and just a reminder, I do send you the image for the card that I draw for you, just like I do each month. So I will put those together tomorrow morning and get those sent to you in a private message, so you still have the detailed description and the image of the card that I choose for you. So you'll get that tomorrow. A quick piece of business, fun stuff. Oh, hi, Tammy. Okay, so we've got Kendra, Jen, and Tammy on the call. Well, it's not really a call, is it? Just writing down your names so I remember who to draw a card for tonight. Yeah, so I was saying, yes, you got it, Jen. That's the question and answer box. So, and just sorry, I'm just adjusting my chair. Tammy just came on the line. So Tammy, just so you're aware, if you need to ask me a question during the broadcast, it's easier to do it in this screen than to flip back to the previous screen. So there's a Q&A app here on the left side of your screen. There are some icons, and it should be the fourth icon down. It says Q&A. You can click on that, and you'll see a box pop up that you can type a question if you need to. You certainly don't need to have to if you don't have a question, though. So, but it's there for your use if you need it. Okay, so what I was going to say is that I'm so excited because today I actually have kind of announced a new sort of webinar, sort of webcast, sort you thing that I am going to be hosting next month, well, in August 12th. And you can find the details for it. It's on my website right now in my blog, and I'll be posting it on Facebook. If I don't get to it tonight before bed, then I'll be posting it tomorrow. But the webinar, or the workshop, is called Receive Divine Guidance, and it's a completely free workshop. It'll be done via Google Hangout, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out kind of some of the ins and outs of it so that it's not always just me, but it may have some actual slides and that kind of thing too, some fancy stuff. So that's on August 12th, and I don't know if I explained it or not. I can't remember now, but the workshop, like I said, it's called Receive Divine Guidance, and it's a workshop on how to use a pendulum to receive questions, or I'm sorry, to receive answers to the questions that you have. So any kind of question at all, I've used it to ask big questions and little questions and all kinds of questions. And so it's a really easy way to get answers to really anything that you want to know. So that's what the webinar, the workshop, is all about. So like I said, it's free. Go sign up for it. I hope it's going to be enjoyable, and it's also, you get a sneak peek into this information, but it's going to lead into sort of an announcement of a new course that I'm going to be providing, a 4-week course, and it's a psychic and intuitive intuition development course, a live one in person. And so I'm really excited about that. Of course, that's going to be in Des Moines. But I'm so excited about that one, and I've been planning it and writing out the details for it, and so much brainstorming, and I'm so totally excited. And that's going to be in September, so keep your eyes out for the information on that. All right, so let me just go ahead and light my little candle here, and we'll do our invocation. Get this candle lit. I always like to have my guardian angel candle with me when I do readings and when I draw cards. It just kind of helps to bring in the elements, and fire is a good, candles and fire are a good way to help to ground, center, focus. And of course, fire, because it is one of the elements, has so many properties that help with channeling and spirit and all of that. So we've got our guardian angel candle, and I want to start with an invocation, which is the invitation to our heavenly helpers up there to be with us and help us to receive and communicate the messages that that we all need. So let's do our invocation, and then we'll go ahead and start drawing cards. And don't mind me when I do this. I usually close my eyes, and I do that a lot when I draw cards as well, so don't be weirded out or anything. It just helps me to center and focus in on what I'm doing and on the energies that that I need to connect with to pull the right card for you. So I'm just going to close my eyes and center and focus. Everyone take a couple of deep breaths and just let everything around you kind of melt away and turn into white noise so that you can also connect. Beloved Spirit, please allow me to connect to your divine wisdom and knowledge. I ask the guides, angels, and heavenly helpers of each friend with me tonight to guide my heart and my hands with grace and ease to the message that he or she most needs for the coming month. I ask my own guides, angels, and heavenly helpers to help me share and communicate those messages, again with grace and ease. And I ask that each of us, our families, our loved ones, our communities, and our world be blessed with peace and love. And so it is. Okay, thank you. All right, so the deck that I'm using today is, I'll show you the box. This is Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle Cards by Stephen D. Farmer. I'm a really big Stephen D. Farmer fan. I got to meet him in person, and he actually signed my deck for me, the book that comes with my deck. And he's awesome. He's a shaman, and he came from a psychology background in education, and his work history was in psychology. And he did that for most of his career life, and then kind of came into his spiritual being, and he is just amazing. So anyway, when I was trying to decide on a deck the other day, I don't know if you guys saw this post or not, but when I was trying to decide on a deck the other day, I centered and grounded, and I took some deep breaths and closed my eyes, and I focused in, and just like that, as soon as I asked what deck should I use, I saw a heron in my mind's eye, and I knew immediately that it would be this deck because of the heron. So we are we're connecting with our animal spirit guides today to see what messages they have for us. I'm just going to check back in the chat area really quick to make sure and see if anyone else is here. Okay, perfect. And we are going to start. I'm just going to go in the order that you guys kind of checked in the chat. So we'll start with Kendra. Yay, Kendra! You get to go first. So I'm just going to shuffle up really quick until I get that feeling that we're good. And we're good. And I'm feeling your card is in the top quarter or so of the deck. Yours was really easy to connect with today. Okay, right in this area. So what I do, for those of you who haven't seen me do it before, I usually, I do it in different ways depending on kind of my my environment, what setting I have to kind of work with, but usually what I do is I just take the whole deck, and without looking at, you're seeing the underside, but I'm not, without looking at the underside, I just get a sense, I just get a feeling about which section your particular card is in, and so I weed through it like that. And so with Kendra's, I could tell it's in this kind of top section of the deck, so I just pulled the bottom section off and laid it aside. And then what I do with this remaining section is I just kind of spread it out a little bit, like fan it out, and I just kind of feel what area it is within the fan. And so sometimes I'm pulled to the left, and sometimes I'm pulled to the right, or in the middle, or whatever it may be. I kind of do it that way to kind of single out first the kind of what area and then what card. And so I'm feeling that yours is kind of right in the middle of this fan. Actually, maybe it's right here. And so I'm just going to center and connect in really quick. Yeah. So I've narrowed it down to 3 cards and 2 cards. And I'm really feeling this one on the left. Let me just check in with it. Yep. Okay. So what do we have? Chimpanzee. I don't know if you can see that. It says, use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. So a lot of times people tend to use either their head or their heart when they're processing through something, and this card is telling you don't go either or, go both. And I know, Kendra, you are very intuitive and very intellectual, so I know that won't be any trouble for you. So I will, like I said, I will send you the image for this card, but I'll just show you one more time. Chimpanzee. And I will just add, with Stephen Farmer's cards, these spirit animal cards, one thing that I have found is that the animals and the messages that he selected for his deck are his own interpretation of what this particular animal means to him. It's not, it doesn't always fit with the traditional interpretations of what that particular animal symbolizes in the rest of the metaphysical world or the spiritual world. And so if I were to, I have my favorite websites that I use to look up symbology. But if I were to, for example, look up on one of those websites, spiritual symbol of chimpanzee, it's probably going to have a different result or meaning than what he lists in his card, because again, it's his own personal interpretation of each animal. So, just because I draw a certain card for you here, if you were to look into it in other sources, it's probably not going to say the same meaning. But what you should do is always use your intuition as to what the right meaning is for you. And so if this particular card in his deck and the meaning that he shares on it makes sense to you, then go with that. And if it doesn't, either sit on it for a little bit and let it process and let it soak in, or you can check other sources and see what the symbol or what the spiritual symbol for chimpanzee would be, and that might give you a little more insight. So just kind of an insider tip, because I found personally that these animals don't always make sense for me in his deck, but the meaning usually makes sense, but the animal tied with it doesn't always make sense for me. So anyway, okay, I'm going to write that down so I remember to send you the chimpanzee meaning, and then we're going to shuffle these up, and it'll be Jen's turn. Hi, Jen. It's always fun for me when I have new friends. Well, not new friends. You're not a new friend, but friends join that haven't done this before with me, so that's fun for me. Okay, Jen, I am feeling yours kind of right in the middle. So I'm going to take off this half section. And, okay, let me touch base here with where yours is. Okay, we're going down in the deck a little bit. And okay, I'm kind of feeling drawn to right in the middle of this section. So we'll read those out a little bit more. And I'm going to fan these out. If you guys have any questions at any point, general questions or specific questions or anything, please feel free to drop those into the Q&A box. All right, Jen, where are we? Okay, we're going to lose some of those. And I feel like it's down here. So I've got it narrowed down to 3. And two. Okay. Let me just check in. I've got it down to 1, but I just want to check in and make sure that I didn't bypass. Yeah, I feel good about this one. Okay, so what have we got? Falcon, peregrine falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Is that how to pronounce it? I'm usually good with that kind of thing, but okay. So, okay, act on the opportunity that's before you. So if you're, what this means to me, or what this says to me, is that there's something that you're kind of trying to decide, should I not? Is this the best idea? You know, you may be thinking through some of the repercussions of something, or you may be kind of choosing between a couple of things, debating in your in your own mind about something. And what it's saying is go for it. Is whatever it is right there in front of you, grab it and go with it. And don't second guess it and don't look back. So that's the Falcon card. The big birds, the kind of predatory birds, are always a really strong spiritual symbol. And I mean that as a symbol for spirituality, because birds are that kind of connection between heaven and earth. They have strong symbolism when it comes to being that bridge between the two worlds. And so usually when you have a spirit animal show up into your life, such as an eagle, a hawk, a falcon, or an owl, or any of those types of large birds, that's generally a really cool sign, because it means that usually it means that your heavenly team is working very closely, very directly with you, and it's kind of that strong link between yourself and the divine. So anyway, just a little extra tidbit about Falcon. So I'll send you the more detailed meaning about him tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to get to it tonight, but I have some more prep work to do for this webinar that I'm setting up. So if I don't get it today, I will get it tomorrow. So we are on to Tammy, and let me just double check in the chat area. So Kendra said in the chat area, not sure which topic or question that card applies to, maybe all of them, but I'll do some thinking and research and see how it goes. See how it figures into things, which Kendra, I think sometimes we run into this with your cards where we don't, well, not just yours, but a lot of people's, where we don't necessarily know exactly what it means at the beginning of the month, but usually by the end of the month it all plays out and makes so much sense. So, but I've noticed that with yours, that they don't always make sense right off the bat, but they usually do play out, if not quickly, then at some point during the month. So I'm sure that it will make sense by the end of August. So, okay, Tammy, let's get back to shuffling for you, my lady. Okay. I'm just going to connect in because I'm not feeling one right away. So I need to just kind of enter. Okay, here it comes. All right. Okay. Down here. Fan these out a little bit. We can take off the top layer. Okay, got it down to 5 cards. Let me see. Tammy, I don't know if I'm picking this up right, but I am kind of getting the feeling that you might have a specific question that either you kind of want to ask me, or you really want the card to give you a good direct answer with. Okay, let's see here. All right, I'm kind of feeling this one in the middle. This is kind of interesting to me because I'm having a hard time, like it feels like there's some back and forth going on where it's like, okay, let's look at this, this, um, this thing going on over here, but wait, no, let's put that aside and let's focus on what's coming in August. But no, let's go back to this topic over here. So I'm having a hard time kind of like cutting it and saying, look, okay, let's focus on one thing and then we can deal with the other thing, just one thing at a time. So I'm going to ask if we can zone in, if your guides can help to choose a direction, and if my guides can help to align me with receiving that. Okay, so we're going to do the August card first, and then if there's something else we can chat privately. But they're okay with us kind of getting back to business here. Thank you. Okay, now I can choose, and it's this one. Wait, okay, we've got a little, nope, it's not that one. Okay, so we are down to Jen, I see your question and I'm going to answer it. Okay, so Tammy, your card is Shark, which is making me laugh because Sharknado, the second Sharknado was on this week and everyone's, all Sharknado fever. So anyway, you get Shark. And don't be intimidated by this card. There are no bad animals in the spiritual world. All of them have their light side and their dark side, their shadow side, their light side, just like we do as people. And so there's nothing creepy or scary or dark about, in that way of speaking, about any particular animal in the animal kingdom when it comes to spiritual symbolism, even including rattlesnakes and spiders and all of that. They all have these beautiful symbols behind them. So anyway, Shark, this one says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. And so what this sounds like to me is that you may be questioning if somebody is being honest with you, or yeah, I'm sorry, I got distracted by Tammy's comment. She said, we always have a fun time with me. I usually do have trouble reading Tammy, and I don't know why it is, but it's like there's just something that's kind of like, it's hard. It's like almost, it's usually kind of a little on the difficult side to get a reading with that. But anyway, okay, so trust your instinct to discern the truth of the situation. So this sounds a lot actually like Jen's Falcon card, where whatever the situation is that is in front of you, that's on your mind, or that you're encountering. And again, this may not be right now because this is your card for August, so it may have yet to play out, but just keep in mind. So whatever it is that you encounter during the month of August that raises your eyebrow, makes you question anything, just trust your instincts. You're going to know what the truth is. And I have a feeling, Tammy, that you are also very intuitive, and so I have no doubt that you will be able to discern in the best way for yourself what you need to believe and what you need to go with. So Sharknado for Tammy. Okay, I'm going to get back to your question, Jen. I just want to check in on the chat area again. Kendra, you are easy. Kendra says she's never easy, but you are easy because it just comes so naturally for you. All of the spirit world is so drawn to you so easily. And Jen says, I love the idea of my spirit team working hard for me. And they are, and they love to do it. It's not like those jobs that some of us have, that I used to have, I know, that, we dread going to work. They love it. This is what they're here for. This is their purpose. And they are with us at all times, working their heavenly booties off for us. So, okay, so Jen's question was, let me scroll back down here in the Q&A. Oh, and Tammy says she doesn't really have anything on her mind right now. Again, Tammy, just it may not be something that's happening right now, but something that is to come. So just keep it in mind and hang on to it. At the end of August, you can look back and see, if it made any sense, if it was relevant at all. So Jen asks, what's the feeling that you get? Can you describe it? And so Jen, are you asking about like when I draw a card, how I feel for that, like how I feel out to find the card? Or are you asking like when I'm getting some sort of sense from Spirit when I actually do a reading, or when I'm starting to sense something in that way? I can answer both, but that way I just help to understand, exactly what question, or how you want me to or what you want me to address. I'm going to just take a quick drink of water. Okay, so the feeling that I get when I am drawing cards, Jen says yes. Yes to both. Okay. All right, I'll answer both. So the feeling when I am drawing cards, I am seeing, it's just like using your imagination when I do the card drawings. Okay, yeah, it's just like using your imagination. With your eyes closed, you can still see everything in front of you in your imagination, right? And so that's the mind's eye. And so when I have my eyes closed and I'm holding a deck and I'm trying to decipher where in the deck this card is going to be pulled from, I am picturing everything in front of me. I'm picturing holding the deck in my mind's eye, and I'm just letting it kind of zoom in, so to speak, on a certain placement or area of the deck. And so if I'm seeing, this fan of cards out in front of me in my imagination, it will literally kind of almost like spotlight in on a certain section of the deck. And so, and even if it's not an image, it's just kind of a feeling, like I feel like I need to go off this way, or I feel like I need to go off this way. It's really hard to explain better than that, but that's kind of the best way I can explain, and that's kind of how I do that. And then I just keep narrowing it down. So once I split off a section of the deck and I have, what's left here, then again, I just see that in my mind's eye and I let it kind of pull me to the section I need to zero in on. And so I just keep weeding through that way until it's down to the last card, whatever card is left. So sometimes I feel like and I don't know how to, there's not a great way to explain the difference between feeling and hearing sometimes when it comes to everything happening inside you. And so I'm not literally hearing a voice saying left. I'm not, there's not actually something speaking in my ear. It's just that understanding that, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to explain that way, but you just kind of feel left, right, middle, this way, or, whatever it may be. So, I don't know, kind of a wordy, vague answer for your question, but that's kind of how I do that with cards. Let me check in on the chat really quick. Kendra says that sounds so bad. No, yeah, you're never easy, and I say you're always easy. Sorry. Oh, funny. Okay. So, any other questions for me? Pop them in there. Uh, Otherwise, there's just the three of you guys tonight. So, that's pretty much wrapping it up. It feels like I was gonna do or say something else, but yeah, Jen. Yep, the gut feeling. Yeah, she says the innate sense, the gut feeling. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like the inner compass, like when you're just kind of wandering somewhere or you're driving around and you just feel like you need to take a left turn or I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of that same thing. So, okay, so and Tammy says with me it's like two sides going against each other and trying to distract you from the answers, or is it just a toss up? Okay. Oh, is it like the two sides going against each other and trying to distract you from all these things are coming in right now. And trying to distract you from the answers, or is it just a toss up? Oh, I see what you're saying. Um no, I don't think it's really either. I think it was like, okay, we want to do this card, but then we also, want to address whatever it is going on over here. And so it was like a back and forth, like, no, let's do this. No, let's do this. No, let's do this. And so it wasn't that, yeah, that's pretty much kind of what it was. Um, and I'm not getting anything right now about the other thing, and so maybe there's a chance that it's just going to be one of those things that they're just like, okay, let's hold off until Tammy needs us to or whatever. So we'll just, if something comes up, let me know. We'll look into it. Oh, funny. Okay, and then just check. This Q&A thing is so weird because some of them are popping in at the bottom and some of them are popping in at the top, and so I keep having to like flip back and forth to make sure that I something else just. Okay, Tammy had a previous question. Did I miss it? Or did I just answer it? Because there's a delay on these things. There's a delay in both the question coming through and there's a delay when I answer it. There's a delay for you to actually hear me say the answers. It's kind of it's not a perfect system, but but I think that I got all the questions through the Q&A. Let me check on yeah, and the chat is still where it was. So, okay, well, unless you guys have, it's not you, Tammy, it's not your connection, it's just how Google Plus or Google Hangouts runs, so don't feel bad. Okay, well, you guys know how to reach me if you need anything, but I just wanted to share such gratitude to you guys for coming and for spending time with me tonight because I love to, and just send up as you go to bed tonight and say whatever prayers that you do or whatever ritual you do, just say some gratitude to your guides and helpers up there that are taking such good care of you guys and that have brought us together on our paths. So, all right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you soon. I'll send you messages tomorrow. Good night. Love you. See you guys later.